Hello and welcome. Here on Tabletop Anthologies, we've started something new today. We're selling bath water and yarn.
I was about to say, are we selling yarn?
Yeah, we're selling yarn. Hey, welcome, everybody.
We're
like I
spinning
said,
a yarn.
we're spinning a yarn.
Oh wow, that was good, man.
And we're gonna soak it in bath water, and then we're gonna sell it. Moist yarn. Be a new thing.
Pre-moistened. Individually packaged.
Like it, yeah. We are playing war stories with our crew of the tank Blackjack, an M4 Sherman Tank that's part of the 70th Tank Battalion as they made their way up Utah Beach and into the town of Audouville la Hubert. I added the la at the wrong spot. They helped 101st clear that out, and now it seems we've got a subscription from Judge Wolf. Thank you.
The bathwater really sold me.
Hey, listen, whatever we do to get some fans, keep this alive, okay? I don't even have
the only thing we would have would be OnlyFans then, right?
Only war stories?
Ain't nothing like Audouville bathwater.
Yeah, see? Think of it, circa 1944. It's good stuff. Anyways, the battle is over. They did some minor looting here. I added that stuff to your player sheets. If you've got weapons, it's under combat. If it's anything else, like souvenirs and shit, I added it to your equipment on your player sheet. And I fixed your player sheets to show the weapons. For some reason, the names and stuff got deleted. So those are all there. And last we left off, like I said, they were winding down. The 101st were clearing buildings. You guys did some looting. Lieutenant Finkelstein from Big Ugly formed up his CP just to the east of where you guys are. And so we're here. It's probably about... light's starting to get dim, so light's starting to go down just a tad. Evening time. And this is where we'll pick up. As long as everything sounds good on the stream side of things, we'll get going. Everybody, okay. Well, actually, you know what? I did us a bad. I didn't introduce who's playing today. We're gonna start from top left. The bell gunner, played by Preacher, Mr. Everett Sweet Pea Pines.
I'm your Huckleberry.
Right. That's right. And onwards to the right, Judge Wolf, who is playing Joseph Ojos Bishop, our gunner.
I only have Ojos for you, baby.
Ooh wee! As you should. Our loader, played by Hades, Calvin Horner.
Locked and loaded.
Good. I'm motivated now. And all the way to the right, in that right corner, look at him sitting there sexy with that face of his. Our driver, played by Severian, Mr. Buddy Guy.
Hello. Glad to be here.
We're glad you're here.
Thank you.
That's a fucking face that deserves to be chiseled out of marble, baby. Look at it.
Right.
Look, and I have the husband bulge.
Who would like to play the TC today?
Nominate Sev.
I also say Buddy Guy.
I'll do it. It won't be
Buddy Sweet Pea Guy.
I'm reluctant, but I'll do it. Okay. So last standing order from the TC was get some chow, start some maintenance, and also that's where Ojos kind of spatted out. So that's where we'll pick up.
What were our next orders? Essentially, do we know where we're going, or
You do not have
at this point
orders
it's
yet.
just kind of like we're waiting to hear?
Yeah, you're waiting to hear. You haven't heard from the lieutenant yet as to what's next, which is why he had you guys stand down and do what you need to do.
Yeah. Okay.
And I should probably change our big band music. There we go. I'll change it to that and see how that goes. And I can lead us into the evening here. You guys finally have some downtime to do what you need to do, whether that's maintenance, resupply, eat, sleep. It's really all dependent on what your TC tells you and lets you do. It's starting to get dark outside. You're all close to being like 20, 22 hours awake at this point. Because remember, you guys woke up on the boat if you got any sleep on the trip across the English Channel there, right before the invasion. With it being a day of firsts and really throughout the day a semi-warm day, you know, obviously with the stress and everything and anxiety that comes with that, the night is actually a welcome, cool, almost cold with a slight breeze. Probably in the lower 50s, upper 40s. The sky is clear of clouds, clear of anti-aircraft fire and airplanes. In the distance, though, you can hear sporadic machine gun fire and artillery. Far distance, not near.
All right. Well, so the first thing we should have been doing was, so Ojos would have taken TC's command back to the troops, made sure that the first thing they were doing was eating, resting, smoking. After that, or while they're doing that, Ojos would be getting into the tank and taking care of the main gun. The big things before we start setting up a watch and all that crap that we need to do is try and get a hold of some ammo. And then we need to, because it's going to be getting night, we need to start doing doing the big sleep. We need to have a rotating shift. So Ojos would be volunteering to do the midnight shift, basically the shit one. So some of the things that we need to think about is, where are we going to position the tank? Make sure that we are positioned in such a way that we have clear field of view. Where we got the wagons kind of circled up and everything. And this is Ojos talking to the guys. You know, Knoblauch's off there spinning his yarns with the rest of the higher ups. I totally stole that from Sev in case anybody is just tuning in. So I give credit where credit is due. That was all you. And you know, saying, hey, we need to start thinking about this stuff. Make sure that you get food in. Sweet Pea, make sure that you run a bore brush down your gun. Make sure that our fuel's topped off. And then we need to see about possibly slapping something onto, because we took a hit at one point. I think that hit most of just our gear though, right? It just kind of popped off some gear. We didn't really actually get any armor damage. So food, gun maintenance, ammo, setting up watch are the major priorities that I would be telling the guys, and then I'd let TC handle it from there.
Yeah, that pretty much sounds all good to me. And I think we set up last session, kind of established what everyone was wanting to do as far as searching the area, and I think we got the tank cleaned out and kind of I think we talked about repairing it in the last session. Is there anything we need to fix up on it or can fix up on it?
Let's see. So you have one damage point that is down. In terms of actual damage, the hit you guys took was from that caused damage was from a mortar round that it seemed to have knocked something off track on the inside originally, and that was really only affected Horner and his loading. I will have to look up That actually is something we can work out here together if you want, in terms of repairs, because it's likely not. No, you repaired that, didn't you?
Yeah, I think I repaired that. But maybe we
Okay.
took 2 points of damage and I got 1 point back or something because it was field repairs.
Yeah, because to do some heavy maintenance, it actually requires the tank to be down and in a maintenance bay to do some things.
Okay.
So I guess we can look into that if that's what you want to do, taking the damage point off here real quick. So there it goes. Weapons, combat, vehicles in combat. 1, 2. Damage to vehicles. Damage. Okay. Bailing out. Vehicle repairs. Repairing a vehicle requires access to spare parts and tools. You guys do have some of that. Vehicles will carry the tools required or to repair minor critical damage, armor, and chassis. Some damage, however, require proper facilities. Force the vehicle back behind the lines to get help. Repair work takes time. Damage to armor or chassis points can be repaired at a rate of 1 per hour, reduced by an hour for success on a tech test. Okay, so yeah, you guys can work on that. You know, Hades can figure out maybe it has something to do when that mortar hit the top of the gun, it kind of knocked it out of alignment a little bit, or something along those lines. So that'll take a tech test. Aside from that, we'll still have the house rules in terms of fuel maintenance that we'll have to roll as well, or standard maintenance, just because the tank is running.
I've got 2 points in tech and a mechanic 1 talent. Whenever we want to do that.
I'll probably help you with that. I'm Tech 3. That's what my big gun uses, so understand. I was one of them there engineers before joining the army.
So then why didn't you
fuck was
join the
that sound
Corps?
effect? Because I have more than 2 brain cells.
The Army Corps
Oh, I thought you meant the Marine Corps.
of engineers.
You know, if you lock a Marine in a padded room with 3 ball bearings, he'll lose one, break one, and eat the other one. But I wanted to get out there and kill Nazis, buddy. I figured this would be the best way, using my knowledge. What am I going to do? I'm going to go break some tank traps. I'm going to go dig a couple holes. That wouldn't be fun. Why am I going to join the Army Corps of Engineers?
Bridge
Yeah, they're
some
busy at work
gaps.
right now on the beach taking those things down.
Yeah.
Finding
Dick.
all the AP mines and shit.
Why don't you just worry about loading some rounds into my tube, baby?
Okay.
Was Dion eating? Was that was?
Whoa! All right. So what are we doing first?
Eating.
Okay.
Finishing my celebratory cigar, fixing my weapons, and asking about if they need help with Overwatch, possibly sleeping.
Having a smoke and a pancake.
Having a smoke and a cigar and a waffle.
All right. So we'll start around at least with you first, there, Everett.
Everett.
Yes. What would you like to do?
I agree. So are we assuming that my guns are already buttoned up and good to go, or do you want me to roll for that as well?
No, as long as you're telling me you're doing it, since we're out of combat, it's not really dictate much right now. So, I guess it depends on what it is you're doing.
Right. So I would just do standard field maintenance, like he said, running a board brush, doing all that stuff. I did have in my notes that I loaded a fresh 200 on the 30 cal at the end of last session, so I do have a fresh 200 in there. and then would probably go around and see if anybody needs any help with anything they're doing currently.
Okay.
I'll be a second set of hands if I need to.
Okay. I don't know if you had it marked anywhere, Hades, because I know you were tracking a lot of the weapons and stuff. So go ahead. Do you remember where you left off, Everett, in terms of ammo?
I remember we specifically said at the end of the last session, like I only had 50 left, and I'd used that 50 to take out something down yonder, if you will.
All right. So,
I wrote in I have a journal entry, and it just says rounds, and it just said fresh 200 after reloaded light from a celebratory cigar. So that.
all right. So whoever's tracking ammo on the tank, drop 200 rounds from the 30 cal.
Just losing it.
Yeah, take it off because he's reloaded. So I mean, if that's how you're tracking it, I don't know how you're tracking it.
Yeah, I've just been pulling it off as he shoots.
Okay. Okay.
Done.
And when you start to join others here in a second, Sweet Pea, do you have anything else you want to do? Personal character-wise, eating, this, that? You want to go to the knock one out? What do you want to do?
I'll definitely scarf some food, whatever I have with me. I don't remember what we actually have personally, but yeah, I would catch a pack of chili mac and then go see everybody else.
Yeah, right now you guys pretty much just have you're running on army rations. So let's see here.
I know I walked back my eggs thing, but if there is food in there that like the German officers were setting aside for themselves, that would probably be good to eat before we start pulling on our rations.
Well, that would require you to go splunking.
Oh, well.
I do know a guy who's got 3/4 of a celebratory cigar to still smoke and is ready to go splunking with somebody.
I was gonna jump into them repairs.
Okay. All right.
I can go track down that food if you want, yeah.
You went blurry there. Yep.
Did. There we go. Actually, it's the whatever it is you slurped on. You're starting to feel the effects of already. All right, Everett. We'll come back to you here in a minute. Should you decide to go splunking, and whoever joins you, we'll move to the right then. I also marked down that you had food because in the rules here, it's you just have to eat food at least once a day and drink water twice a day, or then you start to suffer stress. So as long as you're telling me that, and if you're eating one of the rations, we'll mark that on our equipment list on the tank too. So if that's what you're doing, then we'll.
Yeah, I'll take from my own supply and then immediately probably overheard Horner say something along the lines of, this shit probably tastes worse than what the German officers would be having, and it puts a thought in my head, and now I'm trickling through and trying to find some good stuff.
Yeah, you probably got, like the army hash. I don't think the spaghetti was there yet. I forget what all the World War II ones were.
Spaghetti.
I marked it on there since you all don't really have your own rations. You have what's on the back of the tank. And that's in a crate. Each crate has 12 meals. And you currently have 23 meals, 2 loaves of stale bread, and 2 bottles of cheap French wine. Onwards. We're going to move left to right again. So, Ojos, what's up?
So after making sure that these ding-dongs were getting food into their bellies, climbing into the tank with my own, K rations? Is that what we're, can't remember what the World War II rations were. I think they're K-rats, right?
I forget what they call them. Let me double check.
Think it's the K's. I got my lucky strike in
K
my
rations.
mouth. There you go. Got the lucky strike hanging out of my mouth. Starting to pull things apart to make sure that the main gun and the coax are getting clean, but I'm kind of eating while I'm doing that. writing down a couple things in a little pocket notebook. And once everyone's kind of like away, just kind of sitting there for a minute and leaning my head up against the site and just trying not to get the shakes. It's not working very well, but it's kind of working through that. Once that kind of recedes, then going back to eating, cleaning the gun. After that, I want to go start, unless Top's going to handle it. Actually, I kind of poke my head out as the idea comes into my, or the thought, it's not an idea. Hey, yo, TC.
Yeah, what is it?
You sound nothing like, where are you, an imposter? Hey,
Take up my work.
you know, definitely. We need to wrangle up some ammo and start kind of trying to replace some of the rations we got in case we're going to be out in the field for a little bit. Who's the Big Ugly? Who's the lead?
Finkelstein. Yep.
Yeah. If you get a minute, can you go talk to Finkelstein, find out if we got a supply truck coming in here, or and then if you can, find out where the crunchies are starting to post up for fighting holes and guard duty. So
Couldn't agree more. I'll go do that right now.
Thanks, TC. So once that's been passed on, kind of flopping back down in the tank and working and eating, man.
Okay.
Hanging up that medal that I got, the new medal from
Did you
the
see what
Germans.
it was on your list?
Is it the smallest penis award? Because I already had that twice
You
over.
already had that. Yeah, you've got
Equipment, Condor Legion tank badge. Let's take a gander at what that
take a
is.
gander at that and tell the crowd what it is.
Oh, that's a cool looking badge. Although I kind of feel like that might be an SS badge, and now I feel bad for saying that's cool looking. I'm sorry. It has a skull on it. It looks neat.
No, the tankers had skulls, and actually, a big thing was when tankers would surrender, they would generally, a lot of the times,
Rip
be
off their
mistaken.
shit. So
Well, no, they'd be mistaken as SS because of the skulls, so the troops would just mow them down. So they would ditch their uniforms and everything else, so they wouldn't be considered that.
So the Condor Legion tank badge, or Panzertruppen Basendacter der Legion Condor. Status is obsolete now. It is an oval badge with a skull and crossbones and a tank underneath of it. Its eligibility is to provide direct military support to the nationalists during the Spanish Civil War. When it was established, basically, it was awarded to tank crews who had served at least 3 months in the Spanish theater. So this is coming from some veterans then, yes?
Yeah.
Yeah, get fucked.
Around, what was that, 1936?
Yeah, that's what. Yes, 1936 to 1939. It looks like the last recognized award. So that's what you get for being a fucking Nazi.
Nazis. Dead Nazis. Get yourself some scalps.
Best kind.
Okay.
Thank you.
So I marked you down for having food. If somebody could take down
I want some water too. You know, I'm not just gonna. I don't want to come back. Oh, hey, did you drink any water today? You're stressed now. Drinking from.
I would not.
Yeah.
listen, I got a
Sounds
place
like
where I
you're
can
stressed.
get it, okay? You son of a
Get
bitch.
marked down.
After what I did to you guys in Conan, yes, you fucking would.
Alright, so I'll mark us down for another meal here. And I marked you down for some water. You guys are pretty good on water right now. You got 5-gallon jerry cans. You have 1 5-gallon of water. So depends on what you want to do with that as you move on. You said you were doing maintenance on your gun?
Plural, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
What kind of maintenance are you going to do to your coax?
Coax is being taken out of its holding. The firing mechanism is going to be broken down, scrubbed. Barrel is going to be bore punched. Well, I guess it wouldn't be a bore punch. It'd be barrel's going to have ramrod ran through it, cleaned out with some oil.
Actually, you know what? Preacher, you too. Give me a tech test for all of that. For
I was
the
gonna say, you
machine
choose
gun.
a terrible
Preach.
band, but why'd you holler at me?
Just let it happen.
You say tech roll?
Tech roll.
Tech roll. No
Sure,
modifiers, nothing, just
Tech
straight
9.
roll.
Straight roll. Yeah, give it a +1, actually. Give yourself
Oh,
one more roll.
god damn.
Roll yourself one more. You guys would have trained blindfolded on cleaning and fixing these things.
Yeah, fuck yeah, I would have. Hell yeah.
So whenever I imagine that sooner or later, Sweet Pea, I can hear him up front banging around in there with his sturdy cow. He's like, Sweet Pea,
Yes, Dad.
you need to pull the locking pin out before you fucking try and remove the 30. Okay, you ain't gonna be able to do shit down there if it's still stuck in the breech. And so I want to pass off one of my successes to him if possible.
So I'm, kind of brushing and I'm like, yeah, you just gotta pull the fucking pin. And I look down and I'm like, God damn it, he's right. Yeah, I did. It was stuck. I'd be fucking
Long day.
gunk and shit. Yeah.
Okay, Sweet Pea, it's cool.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Got it now though. Yeah.
Outstanding.
Appreciate that. Appreciate that.
That's good, because he just saved you, Preach.
Oh, I know. He was about to fuck my world up. No, it wasn't gonna be click. It was gonna be like squib.
Squib? And are you trying to resight your bore gun, your main gun?
Yeah, I mean, that needs to get a little bit of lubricant. I'm not gonna do the full 9 on that because that's partially Horner's duty, but I definitely give it the love and respect that it deserves.
Yeah, that'd definitely be something you would have to do also when there's more daylight. So
Yeah.
okay. Then we will
Thanks,
move
Dad.
on. Sorry, what?
Thanks, Dad.
You're welcome. We're moving on to Calvin.
Calvin would be eating and drinking. Just want to mark those down real quick.
Okay.
And then he's going over the tank with a fine-tooth comb and looking for damage and doing what he can on it.
Okay.
Helping re-strap down all the crap that got shot that was tied to the side and all that.
All right. So we'll also do standard maintenance for you as well, which kind of also comes down to tightening up the tracks and checking on the bogey wheels, things like that. Checking the fluids with the engine, both oil, gasolina,
And blinker.
yeah, and refueling. Generally,
Headlight fluid.
headlight fluid, yeah. You definitely want to make sure you get some of that though in there.
Don't lose the keys to the tank, okay?
Yeah,
Lubricate it
yeah.
with some fresh elbow grease.
Yep, they might tell you too that your fallopian tube is loose, so you might have to tighten that. Nothing? No? Nobody?
Tighten it, it won't work anymore.
I think that's kind of the point. Like,
It's a ligation. Ligation? Tubal ligate?
ligate your tube here in a minute.
Oof. All right,
Some
hey,
boys something you won't follow up on.
Well,
you roll me 1 5d6, Hades.
Oh, I'm not making a tech roll.
Yeah, you're gonna do that too, but this is also standard maintenance for house rolls. Rolls.
A D6.
1 5. Yeah, roll 5d6. Excuse me. Roll 5d6. Let's see what you get. You got 1 6. All right, where's my rules go? Damn it. There they are. So no ones. Okay, that'll be your first. And go ahead and give me one more, please.
1d6.
1 5d6.
15d6.
Yeah. And so for my house rules, any ones they take away from your maintenance points. You didn't get any ones, any sixes. Rolled negates those ones. So currently you're still sitting at 10 maintenance points. So maybe it's your experience from working the garage with the old Pappy back home. But you're staying on top of this thing, and it's showing quite well that your tank's running in tip-top shape. If you're trying to fix that chassis point, we'll take a tech roll. But standard maintenance is just really referencing the house rules that I made for maintenance.
Yeah, I'll go for that as well.
All right, so go ahead and first give me a perception roll, and if Wolf or anybody else is helping, give him 1 extra dice to his roll.
Anything Horner does, I'll help him. He needs help going pee, I'm there.
He's
Whatever
holding
he
it for me.
needs. Yep, I'm there.
All right, so add an extra roll to your tech roll, Hades. Extra dice to your tech roll.
So a modifier of 1.
Yep.
Well,
So, let's see. So you do have a 1 in there. You want to leave it go? Do you want to push it?
we used up all our community
Yes.
lucky
correct.
strikes, didn't we?
Yes.
I thought we had 1 left.
My list shows.
I think
it
TC
crossed out.
used it. I'm gonna say no, just because I don't want to fudge that roll, and then we lose another frickin' point of
Okay.
armor or something.
Generally, what I would do is, if aside from pushing, if you wanted to try and roll again, it would come with a modifier, and also I would add a level of stress to you, because you're not figuring it out and it's starting to fucking bug you, and so we would add some stress to you as well.
So I'd say in character, I kind of feel that anyway at my lack of success, and I've been up so late and all this shit going on that I look over at Ojos and, man, we're not gonna get any further with this tonight. Let's just turn in and look at it in the morning.
Sounds good. We still can roll out though, right?
We're still good to go, just not 100%.
I don't think we'll ever be 100% again, so until this is all over, that's fine.
I shove him in the mud at that. Fuck, little sissy bitch. Get the fuck out of here with this shit.
What the fuck?
Man, he's he's hungry.
Somebody's horny.
I don't think we'll ever be the same after this. We're at war.
I said the fucking tank, bitch.
We're at war.
Dude, I've already been at fucking war.
Show
Like,
me
what do you
the
get
war,
all
bitch.
mad about? You fucking wow, Horner.
Not your hand with mine.
Choke yourself.
You might want to get that checked out, bro.
Horner, $20 says you won't pull his fucking locking pin.
Thanks, Dad.
Not holding the light. Oh, that's what happened. That's why I'm mad. He was holding the light.
Oh, that makes
That's
a lot
what
of
it
sense.
is.
And
That's
you
what it
fucked up, so it's my. I get it. That makes a whole lot of sense. Now you have become the dad.
I
Congratulations.
told you to point the light here, and you were pointing it over here because you saw a
Then you're just
butterfly.
gonna grab the light from me, fucking yeet it across the way, and stomp off, saying how fucking useless I am, and so I can have a growing experience. Perfect.
Yeah, just remember that
Yes,
light
that's
is probably
pretty much the
like
long and
this
short of it,
fucking
yeah.
big back in the day.
And then you're gonna push me into the mud, do weird things to my booty hole.
Ask you if you feel like a big man.
Then get mad about it when you're premature.
What? This got serious.
All right. Oh, hey, what's up, X? Thanks for hanging and coming by.
X is gonna be out in like 2 seconds after hearing this go back and forth.
X is gonna give it to you. All right,
Keep
Calvin,
going.
we'll leave you, and we'll move on to our driver, buddy. Aside from already cleaning out the puke off yourself and out of the tank and your initial flunking sesh, what would you like to do, sir?
Well, buddy guy takes his initial loot that he finds and packs that into the now clean tank. I don't know, maybe there's space under his driver's seat or something where he can stash it, but after that, he gets some food and drink real quick with the other guys, and he's unusually quiet and somber, kind of out of character for him. But then he goes to get some rest, and that's about it. Kind of keeps to himself the rest of the night.
Okay. Is there anything you want to make sure you're fueled up? Because Calvin was working on maintenance.
Yes.
We hadn't done fuel yet.
Yeah, I was gonna say TC would actually end up coming back and telling him to make sure that he's got fuel and look for any possible ammo that's compatible with what we've got. So I'll have Buddy Guy do that.
Okay. Then since we're gonna do fuel, it's gonna be basically just like the role that Hades did on maintenance.
Okay.
With the amount of work, I'm gonna have you roll 5d6. We'll do it twice. Just do it separate for me so I can see. So do 2 separate rolls. Guy 1 1 6 6, so those negate each other. 6 6 and 1, so okay. All right, okay. Let's see. Extra 6s do nothing. Okay, so based on the current rules that I have, you technically don't lose any gasoline. I might have to alter that a little bit because you'd have operated quite a bit. So you would have obviously lost some fuel, but not an over amount or over large amount.
And this is your house rules, right?
Yeah.
That you said.
Yep.
Would you want to maybe then, if you want to streamline it so that we don't have to like also scavenge, maybe that kind of accommodates for that, how we didn't lose any? So we found some.
Yeah, well, you guys remember at the end of the Utah beach, you ganked some from your fellow buddy's tank.
We found some jerry cans, right?
Yeah, you took them from the tank that was sitting there. You'd had a bunch. You'd have 8 1-gallon jerry cans. Or sorry, 5 8-gallon jerry cans. You have 5 of them. So, I think what I'll do for that is I'll take away 1 and I'll look into altering the fuel roll just a little bit. Have it make a little more sense. Okay. Yeah, you would have some room also to stash your officer's uniform kind of like on the one side of the tank next to your levers and such. But obviously limited capacity. Don't forget you also have the Luger that came strapped onto the officer's jacket. Was it a Luger or was it a P-38?
I think it was a Luger. So I remember the comment was made about what was it not a Luger?
It was a Luger, and then we got the MP-44, right? That I gave the Forlath.
Yeah, I put that on there. I put P-38 on yours. I'll change it to Luger.
Okay. Because I just remember the comment was made about Band of Brothers.
Oh yeah, don't put it in your pocket.
Yeah.
10, 8, 10, 8, 7. Okay, all right, we're good. Okay, yeah, and don't forget, I added to your list also the German hunting rifle. So you'll be able to store that in the tank, not likely in front of you. It'll get in the way. But there's probably somewhere in there. If not, you'd be able to strap it on the back of the tank. So
for the pistol, would it have been in a shoulder slung holster for an officer.
Yes.
Okay,
Yep.
then I'll put that on my driver's seat.
Okay, so you're gonna hang that over.
Hang it
'Cause
somewhere
yeah, all
near
the
me,
tankers have their own 1911s and
Right.
shoulder straps for that, shoulder holster for that. But yeah, if you want to change that out too, you can do that if you want to do that.
Okay.
Or just hang it
Oh,
on the
can I
seat.
add a second one? Can I just wear both of them?
I mean, if you want, when you start to do things outside of the tank, I might
Yeah, no, I'll leave it hanging there in the tank.
give you
just
some
a
negative
little ornament.
modifiers when you try to move around.
Yeah.
This damn shit. Okay, so it's hanging off your seat. And anything else you want to do? You did the fuel.
I guess he would be keeping an eye out for any sort of stores of tank ammunition.
Okay.
But no, otherwise, Buddy Guy would be kind of taking it easy and trying to get some rest.
Eating and drinking?
Yep.
Okay. Okay, we'll move to the TC. What's he doing?
So he's going to be hooking up with, I forgot his name already. I was trying to
Lieutenant
find it. Finkelstein. It's
Horner.
He's hooking up with someone he just met.
yes.
Don't judge him.
But asking him about any possible supplies that are coming our way, any sort of updates on, what's going on.
So he'd tell you, he's like, look, Kris, it's the start of this. You kind of know how it goes with your experience. There's no extra fuel, there's no extra food at this point, and there's no ammo resupply. The issue is right now that I'm hearing is it's just a hell of a traffic jam on the beaches. So it might be quite a while before we get any of that. So you're gonna have to look around, you're gonna have to scrounge, you're gonna have to search busted tanks, do what you need to do to try and find them.
Are we looking at possible days here? Really dig in?
Here? Are you talking about this location?
Yes.
No, I'm getting some words. It's like we're gonna be moving out at first light.
Got it. All right.
How's your boys doing?
They're hanging in there. Doing the best they can. They need, some rest. We all do.
Yep.
Some food.
Yep.
Make sure you get yourself some something to eat. I'm gonna
I
head
will.
back.
I will. This house has some stale fucking bread in here, and it's good enough for me right now. Well, I mean, if you need anything else, just let me know. But make sure you got you guys on a Firewatch tonight. Everybody's gonna be on a Firewatch. And at some point in the morning, I'll come get you.
You got it.
All right, stay safe out there.
You do the same. He says that as he's kind of like walking out the door already.
Okay. We'll kind of open it up now before we start any Firewatch duties. If you guys want to run off, if you want to jump into Firewatch while running off, while some of you run off, that's fine. If that's what you're doing, and we'll go from there.
I didn't have anything else that like my two characters wanted to do, I guess. So.
Okay.
Anyone else?
I'm good.
Good here.
Okay.
Calvin's finding a bed.
Okay. So, DC, what kind of Firewatch order we got?
Oh, I don't know. I did not read the manual for this.
This is
You
just.
need help,
more.
Dad?
Yes, every
There's
like
no
2
manual
hours or
to
something.
it. This is more of a. I just made this. Made this
Go
up.
figure it
So
out, Bishop.
You tell me who you want to go, who you want
Yes.
to go when, and then I'll take care of the rest.
Well, Ojos already said he wanted midnight, right?
Yeah.
Okay. How many people do we have then total?
Total with the
So
TC
that-
is 5.
6, 5, 5. Yeah. Okay. So how many hours are we looking to get here? Possibly first light would be what, like 8, 6,
Probably like 5:30. 5:30ish.
And it
Yeah.
is right now, what, almost dark, you said?
Yeah, so
Oh.
probably 7, 8 o'clock since it's June
Okay.
7th.
All right, so yeah, what we can break that down into 2-hour shifts then, I guess. It should work. So first is TC will take first watch, and then Buddy Guy, and then I think that would put us at midnight if I'm doing that math right for Ojos, and then Horner, and then Sweepy.
Okay, man. Thinking back when I had Firewatch, Horner has the shit shift. The second to last shift, you try to lay down and then you don't know if you're going to get back to sleep or not. Always the rough one. All right, so we're up onto the TC first. So first I need you to make a stamina roll. We're going to see if you're staying awake. Leading the way, TC. All right. Okay. Good. Let's see. So you guys all racking basically when TC starts the Firewatch? Oh.
Yeah.
Where are you all sleeping? Inside the tank, on top, underneath, next to it?
In a French bed.
Nope, she didn't want you.
In a waterbed.
That's back east.
No,
I
I'd be.
think-
I'd probably be trying to catch a nap just in my seat with my gun.
Yeah, I think that's what Buddy Guy would be doing.
Okay.
Knoblauch,
Sorry, go no.
Go ahead.
I think I'll be sleeping outside. We're gonna be in that thing forever. Might as well get a little bit of rest outside.
Outside of the tank, under the tank, in the bushes?
Probably under the tank. I mean, that's a good place in case it starts raining to get, be able to crawl back inside before, you get too soaked. And
He's gonna make you roll to see if you wake up suddenly and smack your head on the underside.
oof. That's a big
And,
move, dog.
Horner, where are you sleeping?
He's sleeping in the closest building nearby in a bed by the window, with the window open.
Well, that would be permission from the TC to do something like that.
We're not going to use beds when we have the opportunity.
He gives permission, but under the requirement that you find one for him too.
I find a bed in another room and put it in the same one.
Okay.
Pushed together.
Pushed together tonight.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you start your shift off as the TC taking the first watch, so you guys could sleep. So go ahead and give me a 1d6 there, TC. And I assume you're sitting on the tank, or are you sitting in the cupola?
Who, Knoblauch?
Yeah, since you're on Firewatch.
Oh, for Firewatch? Yeah, he's sitting on the tank.
Okay. All right. And then go ahead and give me a perception.
Yeah, I got one.
Okay. So as you're sitting there, the night breeze is moving in, and it's that first 24 hours of constant combat, making decisions, making sure you guys are okay. That breeze is just hitting it right for you, and it totally wafts you off into sleep. And you're asleep during your Firewatch the majority of the time. So you have no idea if anything happened, if anything is going on, anything like that. You suddenly jolt yourself awake, realizing that you had fallen asleep. And just south of your tank is a soldier, or a shadow of a soldier, that seems to be standing still. And all you can see is the silhouette.
So I immediately scramble up. I imagine probably have a Thompson strapped to me that I raise up shakily, quickly, trying to, gather what's going on in front of me. And I say, "You there! Identify yourself!"
And whoever is standing there, he turns and immediately shouts. He throws his hands up and immediately shouts, "Flash!"
Is it thunder? Thunder!
Thunder!
He just lets out a sigh and slumps back down onto the tank.
Thunder
So-
flash!
Oh yeah, so up walks
Oh!
101st guy, and he's kind of standing at the bottom of the tank, and he goes, "Jesus fucking Christ!" He's like, "You trying to fucking shoot me?"
No. Just a little on edge, like most of us.
Yeah.
That's it,
You
soldier.
awake
Just
up there,
making
you
sure
just
we're all
sitting behind
safe.
the gun asleep.
I've been awake the whole time. Don't know what you're talking about.
He kind of eye fucks you for a second, and you can kind of glimpse off the top of his helmet. There's 2 white bars up there. He turns and he walks off into the distance.
Oh no.
What do you mean?
Way to get fucking Knoblauch in trouble when he's not here to defend himself.
Okay, so it's the end of your Firewatch.
He sleeps on the job.
Up next is Buddy Guy, yourself.
Alright.
So you were
So
sleeping
another
in the front.
stamina.
Yeah. Start it off. The stamina roll, please, and then a 1d6.
Expecting
Alright.
the exact same thing to happen a second time.
Hey, you got a 1 in there, and a foo bar. It's fine. It's fine. Okay. Go ahead and give me a 1d6, sir.
Alright.
Okay. I assume, did you take the spot where the TC was, or you staying in your seat? Where you sitting?
Buddy Guy would probably be walking around quite a bit around the tanks, like doing loops around them almost.
Getting your steps in.
Yeah.
Okay. As you're starting to walk around, you get to the north side of the tank. Obviously, the north side of the tank there really is just a hedgerow, and it kind of goes into some woods. Farther back, you can't tell, but it goes into a field as well. As you make your way around to the north side of the tank, you start to hear some brush rustling around.
Oh god, there's a rustle in the hedgerow.
I stop and just kind of look for a second and is there any there's some shrubbery around me maybe that I can crouch behind real quick and just watch for a moment?
There is a small amount of shrubbery by you. Let's see. Yes, that you could hide behind. It wouldn't protect you if you were in a firefight, but yes.
Okay,
Concealment.
that's fine. Yeah, I just duck behind that real quick. Probably have my hand on my gun already. Well, I don't have a rifle or anything like that, do I? Well, I found that German hunting rifle. I'll be carrying that around, I guess.
Okay, so you'd be carrying that around instead of the TC's Thompson?
I'm playing the TC, so I'll have the TC hand that off to me.
Okay.
But yeah, then I duck, into a crouch and kind of look at where that rustling is, because I don't want to, start yelling and making it a whole bunch of commotion if it's just like an animal or something. So I just do that, give it a moment. Do I see anything? What happens?
Go ahead and give me 2 rolls. Nimble.
Okay.
I want your nimble roll. And
Nimble.
actually, not nimble. Give me infiltrate, and then give me a perception.
Okay. All right. And then perception. Nice.
Nice.
Wow.
What do you want to do with those extra successes?
I can use 1 critical or 1 lucky strike, so I'll bank 1. And then the other one, I'll put in our group bank.
Okay. Mark out here real quick. Group. So you kind of sneak up to this bush and you crouch down real quiet, like all nimbly bimbly, and you're sitting there and you're watching and you're just kind of waiting to see any movement. You're really more watching the area as to where you heard it, because you're not seeing anything currently. And eventually, out of the brush, walks a cow. And it's just standing there staring at you, and
Shoot it!
Is it a dairy cow? Can I tell?
you
What kind of cow
it
is
does
there?
not look like a dairy cow. It's all black.
Oh, okay.
Fucking going with this unpasteurized milk there, fucking buddy guy.
Yeah.
Okay, even to hear you, okay?
So Buddy Guy relaxes a little bit, stands back up, but still kind of, cautiously walks over and pets the cow on the head and keeps up his patrol.
Okay, alright. Let me see something here real quick. Alright, and you keep up your patrol. And so that ends your Firewatch, sir. Who's up next?
Let's go! Bitch, I said let's go.
I know. Is that
What am I
we're just
rolling?
going into that? Is there a report?
Yeah, let's
Anything?
go. It's my fucking watch. Let's just go fucking watch.
Where are you seated? What are you doing?
What am I doing?
Gossip
what do you
girl.
got- what do you got going on?
Oh no, tank stuff.
Just tank stuff. Like laying on the top of the tank with my legs kicking behind me. I'm a real toughie.
I said.
I'd probably be sitting on the 50 cal.
Okay. Are you in the
I-
cupola? Or are you on the
Sweet
back
Pea
of the tank?
identifies as 50 cal.
Oh, then that's exactly where I'm sitting. I'm gonna try and smother the 50 cal.
Oh,
Make those cheeks clap.
That's right.
I know I banjoed for Boomtown, but can I play the taps trumpet for this one?
gonna live, die how I wanted to live. Getting smothered by Ojos' butt cheeks. I'd be sitting behind it basically, because it's not actually mounted to one of the cupolas, right? It's you got to kind of stand behind the turret to use it.
I think it's mounted to the turret. Let's see. M4.
I can't remember how the thing, because if I remember right, you got to actually stand like behind the turret.
Yeah, you got to stand behind to operate, but it is mounted to the back of the
Yeah,
turret.
yeah, that's what I meant. So it's like next to one of the cupolas. Like there's a little kind of ledge hanging off the back of the tank, and then you stand on the actual body of the tank to do it. I'd be sitting on right behind it.
Okay. All right, give me a stamina roll, sir.
Fucking give me a stamina roll. Here we go. Fall asleep, guys. Night night. All my fucking points were into tech and intel. I'm dead.
Oof.
Nope. Me and fucking Knoblauch fucking copping Z's on a fire patrol.
The 2 experienced guys. Both of them are like, fuck this shit.
Oh fuck, I'm tired. Can't help it. Given the chance of success on that, I really don't want to push it. You know what? No, I know what. All right, so at some point in time, Ojos is gonna realize that he's starting to bob for cock, right? So he's gonna do one of the old Army faithfuls. He's gonna go to his rations. He's going to dig through his K-rat and find the coffee, and he's gonna stick it in front here like a big fucking dip, and just suck on that bitter, fucking disgusting ass brew, forming in his mouth hole, to try and stay awake.
Okay, and also don't forget you have Benzedrine that you can take also.
Woo! No, I'm waiting for that.
All right.
Hell yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
Since you're doing that, go ahead and give me one more stamina roll, sir. +1.
All right, here we go. Now 1.
Nothing wrong with me.
Fucking falling in the ditch, just falling out of my mouth.
Sounds like you drink too much fucking coffee. It doesn't do anything for you.
All right, what else do I need to do? Perception.
1d6.
1d6. This is where Ojos gets his throat slit.
By a French cow.
I was going to say a cow. It's actually a German cow. They brought it with them.
Cow. All right. Well,
There's no way to talk about stuff. Let's go. Stick it to me.
okay.
How many extra experience points do I get for my next character?
What would make you say that?
I don't know. Your big size.
Okay. I have poker face. Okay. Shut up. So the
Oh,
night
yeah.
is calm. The night is calm, and you know after you try to get your coffee enema there, maybe it's because you've just drank too much coffee in the past, or when you do drink coffee, it's the army coffee and it's like tar. So this little packet ain't doing shit for you. So you kind of slump over on top of that 50.
Oh.
You know, and it's likely it's the same reason that your TC cop disease too. You know, the night's calm. You know, you're sitting there quietly in the cupola, nothing's going on.
Well,
just the.
I mean, there's a big thing too. You got to realize this: that my shoulders and my back hurt a lot from carrying this entire tank from the fucking beaches up to here. Okay, so I mean, understand.
I understand. You know, do you hear the normal nighttime chatter of the crickets and the night creatures? The cow that's still hanging out has become best friends with Buddy Guy. And you know, every now and then there's this sporadic lullaby of the gunfire of the AA in random directions. However, you become momentarily lost, and then so you start to fall asleep. And maybe it's a dream. Maybe you're thinking about something awkward. Let me see here. 1 second.
I dreamed a dream.
I dreamed a dream.
Of nights gone by, when I would stay awake during Firewatch.
Well,
I dreamed a dream that Buddy Guy would come and rub my back.
Where did my thing go? 1 second, please. Okay.
Stop looking so fucking smug, Buddy Guy. You
I'm not
stupid
looking
fucking
smug, you
handsome
piece of
face.
shit.
You gotta go shut your mouth.
What is happening? What was that?
Nothing's happening. Don't fucking worry about it. So you become lost in your dreams. Maybe it's the fact that you beat yourself up, or maybe you're actually pumping the milk properly this time,
Pumping the
and
milk.
the bilge pump is actually working in your dream, and you don't wanna wake up. But what you do, you slowly do start to come around, but you still kind of think you're in a dream. That there's a distant sound, and it quickly becomes more apparent as to what that sound is or could be.
Is it Finkelstein punching me in the fucking face for passing
Right in the
out?
fart box.
I just shit my whole ass.
You shit your whole ass.
What's the
no,
sound, baby?
That's not it. So
It's not a baby?
it's not a baby.
Fuck.
So as you start to come
Where
around,
did
it becomes more apparent to what the sound is. And let me get it to the right spot here.
Fuck my life.
Okay. Oh,
This is why I'm gonna punch the TC and be like, this is why we need infantry. So I can fucking sleep at night.
Sound starts to become more apparent.
Where? What
They
sound?
abandoned us in the night since we
Where
let them
is
get
it?
crunched.
There's not a whole lot I would do about that.
So
Get into the canopy, close the lid.
yeah, so you start to hear the sound come out, and it's evident. You don't even have to have experience in this from your past time in the desert to know that this is a diving airplane, and they seem to be pretty much right overhead. And I'm gonna allow, because you were asleep, actually, you can only do a fast action.
I'm going to use my not fast action, just the action of, existing. I'm gonna laugh if it's nothing. I'm gonna yell, so that everyone in the vicinity probably already woke up by this, and I'm just the last one awake, to take cover. And then my fast action is going to be to dive into that open cupola, the TC's hatch.
All right, roll me a nimble, please.
You're a fucking nimble.
Oh,
My nimble's. Oh god, here we go.
Nipple?
All right, guys. Fucking.
Is it cold? Your nimble's showing.
Yeah, baby. Get fucked.
You fall back asleep.
I fall. I'm so nimble that I just fall asleep. That's the only thing I'm good at.
all right. So hang on.
Let's go. The Stuka bomber is like watching this asshole wake up and try and fucking like dive, and he falls off the tank, breaks his own neck, shits his whole ass,
Shits its whole ass. Well,
just right out.
so as this thing starts diving down, and you start to hear the siren that's mounted on the front of this Stuka just get louder and louder, all of a sudden it does start to shoot in the sky, and you just see all around you the tracers, the ground. Well, you couldn't see the ground, but you see the tracers come out of the sky, and it's just like a stream of gold and yellow. And all around you, the rounds hit. They hit your tank. They hit the. That's a horrible fucking ricochet. They hit the tank, and the siren stops, and you can barely see it, but it was pretty low. It shoots back up into the air, and as it starts to go away, you can't tell if it's starting to turn to make another run, or if it did its run and that's it.
Did I get hit?
You did not get hit.
Wow,
Yeah, you're a fucking piece of shit.
you're nice.
No.
I would have rolled like 18d6 and be like, oh no, it hit you. Sorry. Oh, that sucks. That's the way the dice go, guys. Okay. Well, I assume that that's the end of my action because I'm probably laying on the ground bleeding.
No, you didn't make it into the cupola. You
My ass is just hanging out.
yeah, well,
I hope
your
Parker
foot
doesn't
probably
see that.
got caught on like the netting or the roping, where your feet were, on the base of the back of the tank deck there. So you couldn't get up and over and in.
Step order, what are you doing?
But it actually saves you because they were leading properly, and when you stop suddenly,
No, they were not leading properly. They were shooting blindly into the dark. So his perception was that he couldn't see. He was just hoping it would hit. So you're lucky that first roll sucked, piece of shit. Okay, that's the end of your Firewatch. Who's up next? Calvin?
Yeah, is everybody actually still sleeping while a plane shoots at the tank?
It's just one guy.
Yeah, you guys would be awake at this point. I guess if you're going back to sleep, let me know. If not, you're awake.
You know, I'm awake at this point.
Oh, you were in the same bed as the TC, so you're probably all nice, snug, and warm.
Keep it warm, yeah. But his feet are cold, and you kept pressing them up against me, so now I'm up.
Now you're up.
I actually had the same idea before he took his turn, as I was gonna get on the gun. And what kind of upward angle does that 50 cal get? Would it be effective to shoot up in the air with?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, so I would get up on the...
They generally used it to shoot at aircraft.
Okay.
If the opportunity provided itself.
Yeah, then I would spend my watch up on the 50 cal.
Okay. Roll me a stamina roll, please.
And just to metagame, would I get any positive modifier? Because now I've got nerves after hearing gunshots aimed at us in the night. Help me stay awake because I'm just fucking scared.
Actually, yeah. You'll get a +1, and that actually reminds me to do for Wolf when he comes back. Yeah, +1 to your stamina roll, please. Jesus.
I've never been more awake.
You took all the fucking pills. Alright, what are you doing with your successes?
So that's 3 extras, right?
Yes.
I don't know if it can apply forward to another skill, I guess.
Just tell me what you
But
want to do.
could I spend one of them to say that, you know, I am so awake and alert that I'm on, what do you call it? Like Overwatch status, ready to shoot if another plane comes flying over. Like give me a bonus to any like perception roll
Like
or
a
anything
perception
like
roll?
that.
Yeah, we could do that. Should depending on what you roll here, or it could provide a bonus into what happens next here on your Firewatch. So give me a 1d6. Well, yeah. So you're doing 1 to that. What about the others?
The other 2 I was gonna bank.
Okay. To yourself.
Yes. Now we'll do 1 and 1. 1 to me, 1 to group.
All right. All right. Then give me a 1d6.
1 second. Where are they on the tank? Are they kept in the tank? Oh, I'm in the load. Do you just keep track of the tank's lucky strikes?
Yes.
Oh, okay. 1d6.
Yep.
So, Wolf, while you were away, I asked the GM, I was like, I'm kind of scared shitless because of these planes shooting at us. Do I get any modifier to being awake? And he goes, yeah, you get a +1. I got 4 successes.
Wow. You are so awake that you were shooting up. You were smoking meth out there, maybe?
Yeah. He found some
Maybe
of that
He's
Nazi meth.
found his secret stash of Pervitin.
Yeah.
Whoa, who you calling a pervitin?
Did you bank all
The
that
guy
shit?
with the mustache, that's not Doug.
I really didn't narrow it down. You are the only destachioed person in the group.
Damn, sometimes the jokes explain themselves.
They do. So, you're on high alert. You're ready to go after what happened with the plane. You know, obviously there was a lot of rounds that hit in the immediate area, but didn't hit you guys. Obviously hit some metal on some vehicles. As far as you guys know, it's not your tank. You didn't investigate. But that's got you on high alert. And the whole time you're standing there wide-eyed, thinking everything in the bushes is sounds, is death coming to get you. But your shift goes off without a hitch. Nothing happens.
Cows.
No cows. No friendly captains walking around making sure people aren't sleeping. No airplanes. Silence.
Wait, is 1 bar lieutenant?
2. One bar is lieutenant, 2 is captain.
Oh, okay. I thought 2 was lieutenant.
Okay. Up last is Sweetpea, unless you had something you wanted to do, Horn.
I was just gonna say I'm so awake at this point. There's gonna be no going back to sleep. So this is probably where I'll fuck stuff up. I don't go wake Sweetpea. I take his turn. I let him get his sleep.
Okay. First, give me a stamina roll. This is outside of your Firewatch stamina roll.
Oh. Yeah, see, I told you I'd fuck up here. I'm gonna use my lucky strike.
Okay.
Oh fuck, but I have 2 to do now. And that just gives me a +1.
It does. No, +2, I believe. On skill, making a skill check, lucky strikes.
You know what? I'm gonna
lucky
do
strike
that the
adds
other.
2 dice pool.
I'm gonna do that the other way around. I'll save it in case I fudge the roll.
Okay. Pikachu. Okay. So currently, actually, I'll go into it. Roll me one more stamina for your Firewatch.
And that's what I wanna do with my extra success. Assuming that's an extra success, can I roll that into my Firewatch roll?
Yes.
+1,
Mm-hmm.
+2.
Mm-hmm. Using a lucky strike?
Using that, the
It's
roll I
one,
just.
then. Just gonna give you 1. Yep.
That's fine. I'm not okay with that.
There's 2 1s in there.
Now
Well,
I
at least
spend
there's a
my
1,
lucky
so it's a
strike.
foo bar. So if you're gonna push it, or you can use a lucky strike to cancel it out.
I used the lucky strike.
Okay. Let's see. So then, I assuming you're pushing it.
After using the lucky strike.
Yes. So reroll 7 dice. Oh. And I watched that last 6 like. Alright, so you get 1 poo bar, so add that to your list. If you're maxed, I'll add it to my list.
I'm at 2 already.
Okay. Alright. So you stay awake. Likely you're probably a night owl at home. That seems to help you. You've got enough sleep, and it was straight sleep, even though it was interrupted by an airplane strafing. Go ahead and give me.
That's why I slept in a bed. What I got was even better too.
Go ahead and give me 1d6.
Booyah.
Okay. Well. So you're sitting there. Like I said, you maybe it's the night owl. Maybe you do that at home with ease, but you have enough sleep to stay awake. Let's see, where am I at? So as you're sitting there, kind of hunched over the 50 cal, just off in the distance as you glance kind of behind you on the roadway, you do see somebody walking up. You don't see a helmet, you just see normal clothes. Well, you don't see any distinguishing features about the clothes that he's wearing.
I keep the gun pointed in his direction, but not disrespectfully, like right at his face. Basically, you know, I'm tracking him with the gun and can snap to him in a moment if he does anything, but I'm not like, hey, I'm about to shoot you, but I wave him to come over.
He walks up and, you know, as he's walking, he's like, Flash.
And I look down at the tank and I look back at him and say, and I bring the thunder.
He's like, why don't you hop on down here and share a smoke with me? And you can tell it seems to be another tanker, but you don't recognize him.
Instead, I invite him up. I reach down to pull him up so we can sit on the side of the tank. Because I'm not stepping away from the gun entirely until everyone's up and moving around.
So, yeah. So he looks down, he pops a cigarette in his mouth, puts it in his front pocket, kind of glances at the side of your tank for a second, and then pulls himself up. And he's like, who y'all with? Pulls out his cigarettes and offers him one.
He says, who are y'all with?
Yeah, what company? Bunch of yokels.
What is our company? Baker Company?
Yeah, Baker.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just say Baker. Sounds like you say I get the impression that he's a tanker as well.
Yes. Yeah. No, he's definitely in the tanker gear. He's got the jacket. He's got the overalls.
Oh, it's tanker. Yeah, I thought he was in civilian clothes.
No. You. Sorry, I kind of described it. You just couldn't tell what kind of clothes he was wearing from where he was.
Oh, okay. I go, this here's Baker. Who are you with?
I'm with Abel.
You
What
guys
y'all
land?
get into today?
Well, it was a long march from Omaha over here. Where'd you land?
We landed Utah also. You were landed at Utah, by the way.
What did I say?
Omaha. We was at Utah
Steak
also,
on
but
the
we was on the north end of the beach. But, you know, we were north of you all. But you guys had it pretty good.
Yeah, we were in the thick of it.
Yeah, we saw some shit too. We didn't get to a heavy second fight like y'all did. It's like, so Baker, huh?
Where's your crew? Where are you guys?
We're in the field down yonder. We just pulled up in. We're not gonna get much Z's now, so you know, we're just kind of walking around, seeing what's what.
I say, name's Horner, and I reach out to shake his hand.
He reaches out and he's like, Sergeant Brockman.
I nod and say, Sergeant, What's the hour after 2, Sergeant? Show me on your fingers.
The hour after 2.
Yeah, what comes after 2? Is it 3?
You fucking... He with his fingers
Ah,
said 3.
I understood that reference.
Fucking
I
Nazi.
don't actually do that in the game. I'm just being
Who puts a rendezvous in a
This-
basement?
Yeah,
I knew what's wrong with that. It's a goddamn basement.
It's a
go out
fucking...
and speak in the
It's
case.
like, so what are you all? What's the name of your tank? I'm looking at the side. You guys got a hand of cards here?
This here's the Blackjack.
Oh, okay, Blackjack. Yeah, okay, yeah, I remember that. So, you know Private Pines then, huh?
Oh, that's who I'm talking to.
You
Did I know
shit.
about that little thing that happened between them?
As
Well, yeah,
far as
because
I know it was a conversation between Sweet Pea and himself. He didn't say that he told you, any of you, but I'll leave that
Well,
up
the
to
one-
Preacher
the
to
one
tell
thing
us.
I was gonna say to that, it's up to you guys if I know or not, but he is supposed to be my battle buddy, so I know I'm very close with Ojos, but it was on my sheet.
Well, that and you can if you want to, not to be OP or meta or anything like that, but that's a Sweet Pea call.
I would not have told Horner about that.
But I know that he's from Michigan, right? Is that where Sweet Pea's from?
Yeah, what did he say? He says his notes. Yeah, it was Upper Michigan. Yep.
Deep southern, deep south Michigan.
Deep South
Middle,
Michigan.
Middleton of Michigan.
Yep.
I'd say that I do. Did you meet him? You meet him in the army, or are you from back home?
No, me and Pines, we go way back. We go way back. Early days, you know, we were young runts running around on the grass, growing up, things like that.
Well, that seems a whole world away now, both physically and time.
Yeah, you know, I'm just here to kill Nazis right now. You know, and we'll see. We'll see what things occur here while we're over here in Europe. So how's old Sweet Pea doing? He a good bow gunner? Right? That's his.
Well, I'll
that's
tell
his
you, he
position,
did.
right?
I see, boy, he did. The Colonel. Yeah, I hear you. You know, we're over. So I'm just gonna do your accent back at you if I try and do an accent right now. I hear you. We went through a whole bunch of shit yesterday. Feels like a whole week in one day.
Yeah, it was a long day. That's for sure.
What do you tell me his name was again, Sergeant?
Brockman?
Brockman. I'll have to tell Sweet Pea I ran into you here.
Yeah, let him know you came by. And he kind of smokes the end of his cigarette and throws it off the edge of the tank as if he's about to go. He's like, well, it's good to meet your acquaintance there, Horner.
You as well, Sergeant. What's the name of your tank again, in case we run into one another?
Animal.
Animal.
Yep.
I'll keep that in mind.
Yep. Keep an eye out for us. How about that?
You do the same.
And he gets ready to hop down. He's like, oh, you know what? Hold on just 1 minute here. And he kind of reaches in his pocket. And he pulls out something that's silver kind of looking. And attached to it is, it looks like a long piece of grass that was tied into a bow around whatever it is he was handing to you because he didn't have ribbon. He's like, hey, will you let Pines know you ran into me? I got a souvenir for him. And he hands you the silver item.
Well, this guy is giving me some kind of vibe. So while he was making the move, I get back up on the gun and I just kind of nod to the track of the tank for him to set it there.
He nods and he just kind of sets it there and he's like, all right now, don't be strangers. He kind of turns and starts walking back down the road, back into the way he came.
I watch him go and just kind of get back to my watch of looking around. I'm still more afraid of planes than whatever he set down just now.
Okay. The rest of your watch starts to end. There's not much light yet, but you can tell it's starting to show up. And just as you start to, probably like 15, 20 minutes, maybe a little later, afterwards, you kind of see Finkelstein starting to make his way up towards you. And so he walks up and he's like, hey, Private, why don't you go ahead and get your boys up and moving? Tell your TC to meet me over at the Big Ugly in 10 minutes.
I just nod and say, sir.
He stops and he's like, sir? Private, I work for a living.
Oh my god, my eyes! I can't see! They rolled so far back into my head. I see the goblin holding the
figured you would
gears
like
and
that.
the controls. I hate
See
you
the mind goblin up there?
so much. Wait,
Oh,
Katie's,
mind
Katie's,
goblin.
Hold on. What's a mind goblin? I've never heard of that before.
Oh,
It's up there in your mind. Your eyes rolled so far back.
Oh, gotcha.
Will you
That
mind
makes a lot of
goblin these nuts?
On
these
On-
nuts. Yes.
Bofa.
Got him.
Bofa?
on both of them?
Bofa.
Bofa. So he turns and he walks back towards.
the Greek tragedy of both of these.
Walks back towards.
Right,
Big
yeah.
Ugly.
Everybody talks about Achilles' heel, but nobody wants to fucking bring up both of these nuts, man. Like it's
You know, I'm
bullshit.
surprised you guys didn't name your tank Bofades.
Bofa.
I mean, was that an option?
Both of these. Sounds Greek.
Because
Not my tank.
we can get some paint.
Fuck
Hey,
it,
we
we're not
might
Blackjack
need-
anymore.
because
We're
we
both of
gotta
these.
I mean, it still fits the beat theme. So I go and I get TC first and pass on the message from Fink. And then I go and rouse the others. When I get to Sweet Pea, I say, I took your shift. There wasn't going to be any falling back asleep for me. And a friend of yours stopped by and left something for you on the track of the tank.
Yeah, I noticed after my good night's sleep, somebody decided not to wake me up. Is there any good reason for that?
Like I said, I wasn't falling back asleep. No point in both of us not getting any.
I sure appreciate that. You mentioned a friend.
You know, a Sergeant Brockman.
At the mention of Brockman's name, what normally is just kind of like a kind of waking up, rubbing his eyes, Sweet Pea immediately just kind of turns and like his eyes kind of get like wide as silver dollars for like a half second, and then I say, yeah, I know a Brockman.
Yeah, he gave me a creepy kind of feeling, but he left something for you. It's over on the track of the tank. I didn't look at it.
Did he mention is he in a company? Is he here?
He says he's in Able. He says his tank is animal and they're out in the field.
Well, I'll be. And I completely just walk by and I go to look and see what is on the tank track.
So on the tank track in front of you, wrapped in a nice little piece of long grass to makeshift bow, is a silver ring, but it's not any special. It's not any just normal silver ring. It's a Nazi death head ring.
Does it immediately like put anything in my mind? Like upon seeing it, what kind of reaction do I get? Is it just like I just noticed it's a thing? I recognize it's a Nazi death head ring, but or does it mean something more to me?
You would likely, your stomach would probably sink a little bit, given the ring, given history, who wears the rings, and the shit that they do. You might even take that as sort of a message.
So I pick it up and I look at it for a second, and kind of roll it around in my fingers, and like a moment of like worry kind of flushes over Sweet Pea. And he just kind of whispers to himself, "Damn, he is gonna get his, huh?" And he puts it in his pocket and he buttons it up and he lights a strike, walks back to the tank.
Alright, roll me guts.
Good guts.
Why? Cause that bitch Brockman? I get advantage on that cause fuck that pussy.
Do you have it? He's gonna go push Ojos down in the mud.
Yeah, fuck him. I'll push him in the mud.
Yeah.
No modifier?
Well, I guess is anybody out and about on a tank? Do you have any friends?
Yeah, I got all kinds of friends. I got at least 4 of them.
He's got Brockman. He's got.
I got 3 of them and a guy that spends a lot of time in a yarn factory.
What's the DC we'll give you guys? Like an extra 4, I think, is it?
I give an extra 1.
Yeah. Forlath gives you 1, so that's 2. Inspiring has to do with stunning and suppression. So those don't play, so you have a +2.
Understand. +2. Rolling out.
So as tough as you say you are, with your friends around, that kind of helps you a little bit, kind of steadies your nerves. But it does kind of, the ring and the message behind the ring, or possibly behind the ring, it still kind of leaves you feeling a little bit anxious, a little bit nervous. So go ahead on your sheet, under the skills at the bottom where fear is, go ahead and check nervous for me.
Gotcha. So yeah, he takes the death head ring, he rolls it around, puts it in his pocket, and he walks off. And as he thinks more about it, it kind of comes to the realization that, used to there was the safety of the just kind of the boys in the group. Roughhousing's a thing, fist fighting's a thing, but whenever I realize that that this war is a different animal, I understand that it brings out different animals in people. And kind of that moment of, oh man, kind of hits him, and he realizes that he's gonna have to get bigger or get bit.
Okay.
You know what? Hold on. I gotta point something out. When Preacher talks, there are some times when I'm like, God damn, where is his mullet at? And there are other times when the words that come out of his mouth are just like, that is some Southern poetry, man. Like that's just beautiful. Like that was just chef's kiss, man. Just
there they are.
God, I love you.
It was deep thoughts by Sweet Pea Pines.
So deep.
All right.
Gotta go deep with Bofa.
Yeah, old both of these.
Real quick, what's everybody doing? And we'll end it here.
Getting some chow.
Some break fast.
Gotta break that fast.
Gotta get.
Gotta get good.
Yep, eating and stretching my legs.
So,
and Knoblauch is heading over to Big Ugly, right?
Yep.
With Finkelstein.
Yep. All right. So we'll pick up next sesh, starting there. So you guys don't forget the briefing, unless you want me to do the briefing now and then start it next time.
Well, we'd be starting off the whole session going, "What the fuck were we supposed to do? It's the fucking mission."
Yeah, probably.
Brief of D's nuts.
Brief at ease. Okay. So then we will go into our ending here. Let's see. Where are we at? Okay. So we're going to go from right to left this time. And we're going to start with Buddy Guy and Severian. So you're up first.
Hello.
Thoughts?
Yes. Thoughts. I like this session. I like when we have like almost kind of like downtime sessions, but it's still during the game. You know, we kind of like talk about what our characters are doing. I think it kind of fleshes out the backstory a little bit too. You know, with gameplay. I really like that. So, and well done with running it, keeping it going. Buddy Guy himself though is feeling pretty well rested with the little bit of sleep he did get, and despite being sleeping in a little cramped quarters in the tank there. But yeah, he's looking forward to getting back in the tank and being in relative safety there, as opposed to all the infantry around him.
And thank you, Seb. Moving to the left, Calvin Horner, Hades.
What's up, Seb? I mean, it was a good switch and change it after all our heavy combat. Yeah, I mean, it'll be interesting to get the next orders and to role play where we how we're gonna carry that out and move forward. But yeah, it's nice having an more interaction heavy. I was gonna say episode, but session.
Good. Sliding over to Mr. Ojos.
Yeah, I think these types of sessions where it's not just constant combat rounds is always a good spacer into the game. Good, you get to do the character development, you get to talk with each other, you get to kind of mosey around and figure out who your character is. So yeah, this is good. This is good, and I like to see you get big mad whenever something doesn't work out and you don't get to kill me. So fuck you.
So about
Big
that,
mad.
Yeah, you're lucky. The perception roll failed because the shooting roll passed. So
Yeah, well, you know what? You would have had to find a fucking new gunner. Who's it gonna be? It's gonna be fucking Sergeant Buttfart fucking coming in and hanging out with Sweet Pea. You gotta bring him in.
Listen, you're just fucking lucky.
If I'm gonna tell you what, if I get killed and I have to make a new character, I'm gonna make a character named like Severian names his character. It's gonna be like Jacob Jacobson or Buddy Guy. Okay, so just think about that the next time you want to do one of those fucking rolls against me.
Well, that's not gonna stop me.
Okay, I'm just letting you know.
He's
Why
just
don't
gonna
you
kill
just
Seb's
name your
character when he
character
goes to kill
Norman?
yours.
I'm gonna name my character Norman Yarn.
Norman.
It's gonna
Staff
have
Sergeant Dill Pickle.
Yeah, and then when Seb offers you chocolate
Private
bar,
parts.
what's gonna happen?
Yeah, I'll have sex with him for a chocolate bar.
I knew it.
Yep. Good game, good running there, GM. Big salute. You sexy fuck.
That's right. And Sweet Pea.
Yeah, as a player, again, I feel like you do a great job reading the room and saying, dude, we've been battle heavy for 2 or 3 sessions now. It's time to lay it back and let's dig into some characters for a minute. Narratively speaking, it's been killer. Again, you're killing it on all levels. As Sweet Pea, Sweet Pea is, he just rolled off the back of a big celebration. We did a cool push. We've pushed our way in. We work well as a team. And just when he thinks that he's starting to get his grounding and he's starting to gather in, the past is not going to let itself be the past. And it's probably going to throw him off his game a little bit. I wouldn't doubt that next session he probably won't have his head on straight. We'll see. But yeah, he's rocked, definitely. And that's another cool thing that you're throwing in there that I think is awesome, is your ability to throw in background stuff that doesn't feel forced. It doesn't feel it feels right in the moment. And like I said, you're killing it. Keep up the good work for sure.
Thank you. It's fun that I can do things like that. Kind of the piggyback off what a few you said about the downtime. I did want to be able to give you guys a little bit of extra time to find yourselves as a group. It's not combat related so much, but there's still some possibilities that things could go south, depending on what you roll and what you do and things like that. Yeah, I'm glad we got to do that instead of just being like, yeah, go to the next scenario. So glad we got to do that. Don't know time yet for the next game. Wolf, you got dates on yours yet?
No, we're in the middle of stuff over here. Once we get through with that, then I will.
Copy that. Sev, you?
Yeah, planning on running Delta Green 26. It's a week from now. Need to get working on that.
Next Sunday.
No, I've been reading stuff, yeah. So I'm excited to get back into that. Get to be running some games. That should be Delta Greens. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot like Call of Cthulhu. A lot of intrigue, a lot of people going insane, and crazy unnatural stuff. So tune in for that. Same time as this, I believe. Same
bat time and same bat channel. All right, Preacher. Thanks X for hanging out and watching. Text and X, thanks for stopping by. I'm not missing anybody, am I? Wolf, thank you for the sub. And by sub, you know what I mean.
You're my sub, baby.
That's right. So thank you all for hanging out. Preach, take us away.
So my knowledge of World War II is kind of as full of gaps as the Maginot Line, and I know that these World War II puns are kind of tanking, but I'm still not going to retreat. We've had a blitz, sure been a fun stream. Can't wait for the next one, and just remember, Judge Wolf proved it. If you scream something in a German accent, it does become German. Hopefully we will see you next time, and love y'all. Bye.
Good evening, everybody.
Oh, it fucking hurts.